Hello, welcome. Welcome to the global community for adults who are healing CPTSD. My name is Athena, and we have all been joining here together about once a week for over 10 years now, and we are healing trauma. We are slowly and steadily healing years and years, and for some of us, decades of repeated relational trauma. So if you are new to our community, I want to warmly welcome you. If this is your first time hearing my voice, or you're watching this on a replay, whatever time it may be, on whatever date it may be, you are welcome here with us. We are grateful for your presence, and we hope that this is a space where you can enjoy being connected with others on a similar healing journey, even if it's just once a week, here with us on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Again, my name is Athena, and I hope you can hear me okay, those who are here. I see you. There are about 20 of us here, and I can see you. It says that you're here, but I was having some technical difficulties earlier, so I'm gonna try this again. And if you'd like to join us away from social media, we do have calls like this twice a day, every day, 365 days a year. And here is a link to the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research. This YouTube channel is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research, also known as CPTSDfoundation.org. And I am so glad that you've chosen to be here. Oh, good. You can hear me. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you, Free. Thank you, Candida. Oh, thank you. Hello, Jeffrey Sherman. Hello, Craig. Hello, John Harvey. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Bora Bora. Hello, hello. Hello, Emily. Oh, I am so grateful. Hello, Alfonso. We are so grateful you have chosen to join us. I think I'm meeting you for the very first time. So we warmly welcome you. And as I was mentioning earlier, we've all been joining here together for over a decade. And I really want to pause and acknowledge the growth and the consistency and the commitment that it takes to show up for ourselves on a regular basis, whether that be weekly, daily, multiple times a day, every day. I really want to acknowledge each of you who you have been through so much, and yet here you are. You are here. So with my hand on my heart, I am saying farewell to 2024. It's been a very, very, very painful year for me personally. Not professionally, but personally for sure. And just a lot of loss and death and pain and grieving and just family tragedy and lots of different things that I've been through. So I'm warmly welcoming 2025, and I look forward to warmly welcoming this new year alongside each of you. A warm welcome to you, Marzui. Hello, Nadine. Oh, love and hugs to you as well. Hello, Lorraine. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, it has been a difficult year for sure. So, what we do here on Mondays is very similar to what we do over at the Foundation on Fridays, which is nervous system regulation. So I want to invite you to get just a little bit more comfortable than you were when you arrived. Perhaps grab a beverage that you might find enjoyable, maybe a pillow to support your posture. I want to invite you to be in either a seated or lying down position if that is something that you're able to do or something that feels comfortable or accessible to you. And we will have some slow breath work together. We also have our meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. Her artwork is what you see up on the screen. We have our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz, and our Loving the Self affirmation written by Lisa A. Romano. And just like last year, or it's still this year, 2024, just like at the beginning of 2024, when I started implementing a quote from Young Pueblo, I did get a new book. It is called Clarity and Connection, written by Young Pueblo. And we will start off our time together this evening. Before we begin our breath work, we will start with a quote by Young Pueblo. Again, this is from his book titled Clarity and Connection. And he says, "It is not easy healing yourself, building new habits, observing reality without projection or delusion. This is work that takes effort. But if you persist, the fruits of your labor will have an immensely positive impact on your life." Slow breath together. And exhale. Another slow breath in. And out. Beautiful. Let me just check in on you before we get started with the rest of our breath work. Hello, Rose. We warmly welcome you. So glad you're here with us. Aw, thank you for the cake. Thank you for the cake, John Harvey. I can always count on you. Yes, Kitty says, this year has been the first year of my self-healing journey. Kitty, I celebrate you. I celebrate your presence. I warmly witness your process, fully acknowledging your lived experience. We warmly accept you into our little family, our friendly family of choice, and we validate all the feelings that have come up for you over the last 365 days. I have such a deep felt sense of empathy for anyone who is choosing to embrace this healing journey from CPTSD. We are healing trauma. So, if you are in a comfortable seated or lying down position, let's have 4 more slow breaths together. Let's do our 4, 7, 8 breath. So we will breathe in for 4 counts. We will pause for 7 counts. We will breathe out for 8 counts. And we will do that together 4 times. I will count us in on our first breath together and on our 4th breath together. And on our 2nd and 3rd breath together, we will all be on our own. Let us begin in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Again. Last time, together now. Breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Excellent breath work. Great job, everybody. I got such a nice big yawn. Anyone else get a yawn or two during our breath work together? It's a really beautiful way for us to activate our parasympathetic nervous system. Hello, Ninja Taco. So good to see you, Recovery Buddy. So great to see you. Free got a yawn. I hope it felt good. Mine felt really good. I had 3 yawns also. It's a good feeling. I'm with you, Nadine. Oh, my eyes are watering. It's making it hard to see you. Oh, my eyes are watering. I'm going to call that a really good parasympathetic response. I'm so glad that we're able to co-regulate together. Regulating our nervous systems is really something that is a game changer for anyone who is healing from years or even decades of repeated relational trauma. Now, for many of us, our trauma began so early on in life that we really didn't have any type of cognizant memory prior to our trauma. Perhaps it began in our family of origin during childhood. And, childhood trauma can be a lot of things. It can be neglect, it can be family of origin dysfunction, abuse, even exploitation. Whatever your lived experience is, I just want you to know that it's valid. We all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, different families of origin. But there's one common thread that runs like that is woven throughout the fabric of our community. And that is that each and every one of us, hundreds of thousands of us across 6 or 7 different social media platforms and over in our community, away from social media, every single one of us knows what it's like to have a felt sense of unsafety and to struggle with a sense of belonging and self-worth, feelings of low self-worth. The majority of our community members do identify with the fawn trauma response. And I just want you to know if that is you, you're not alone. We are so very grateful that you've chosen to be here with us, and you are warmly welcomed here by me and by all of us. So thank you. I'm going to read to you the meditation written by Morgan Harper Nichols. Again, her artwork is what you see up on the screen. Morgan says, "You are free to imagine a new beginning, accepting the ending of something that you thought would be a constant is a feeling that lingers for a while. When you find yourself in that space, you are free to grieve what has changed. You are free to acknowledge how you feel. And when it is time, you are free to imagine what might emerge from this and how a new beginning just might be a healing process itself. For all that is unresolved from the past, processing it all might take time, but you are worthy of that journey. The future is going to look different from here, but perhaps there is still potential for growth. Letting go and moving on is far from easy, especially with the echoes of the past that persist. However, what matters is realizing that you are worthy of the journey to create space to heal from what was, to foster hope for what is to come. There might be moments when anxiousness over leaving the familiar and stepping into uncertainty takes hold. It is natural for the unknown to feel burdensome, and the absence of knowledge can intensify the fear. However, may you remember that when you start to feel it all, it doesn't make you weak, overbearing, or too much for acknowledging and addressing that fear. Even when an ending comes sooner than what you'd hoped for, may you remember that hope for the future might come alive in a slower way, but that is okay. You are still learning how to take this day by day. And with time, your energy can build. Your energy can build into something that perhaps even looks like anticipation and excitement. And with time, perhaps you can say, I am letting that chapter end, and I am moving into a new one, and I can't wait to experience something new unfolding. So instead of pressuring yourself into something new all at once, may you take small steps. May you give yourself time to grow in confidence. May you give yourself time to acknowledge potential challenges ahead, knowing that this doesn't take away from your ability to carry onward toward something new. And through all the unknowns of life, may you know that there is still room for something new to unfold. It might look different from what you were expecting, but wherever you find yourself in life, right now, here, you are allowed to engage with the hopeful feeling of anticipating what tomorrow might be in a beautiful way. May you allow yourself to explore what it means to be forward-looking here, to think of this point in your life as an opportunity to contemplate what new possibilities change may bring. So here's to imagining what a slower, more gentle resolve could be, one day at a time, as you learn to breathe through. Slow breath in. And out. Beautiful. Hello, Jennifer. So good to see you as always. Thank you for the New Year's greeting. Yes, John Harvey says, as an introvert, I will be skipping New Year and going to sleep through like I did the last 5 years. At my age, I value sleep more than staying up late. LOL. I honor you, John Harvey, and I honor your sleep. Yes, Ninja Taco. Ninja Taco says, sleep is wonderful. Absolutely, yes. Yes, Dilly says, dreaming is a nice break from reality. We warmly welcome you, Dilly. Is it Dilly? Let me see. I think it's Dilly. It's great to meet you. I might be meeting you for the very first time. We warmly welcome you. Unless this is Dilly Gaff. Is this Dilly Gaff? Regardless, we warmly welcome you. We're so glad you're here. Yes, Nadine says, me too, John Harvey. Been celebrating that way for over a decade. Yeah. Oh, Kitty says, the live chat is being weird for me. I can't see any of the past messages. It does that for me too. Sometimes I was having issues earlier. So sorry, Miss Kitty. I hope it fixes itself. Yeah, John Harvey says, I even slept through the Y2K scare. I don't see the point of staying up to see the new year. I'd rather sleep, and at least in my dream, nobody will be there to ruin it. You're so funny. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, it is Dilly Gaff. Good to see you as always. Yeah. Kitty says, yes, I even reloaded the page. Oh, it's working. Yay, power of suggestion. I'm glad it's working for you now, Kitty. So I hope you all enjoyed the last meditation from Morgan Harper Nichols of 2024. I truly, truly just enjoy her. I really deeply appreciate. I've been on this journey for so very long, and for this last portion of it over the past several years, she's been with me almost every day. So it's been a really transformational decade for me personally. So we have our compassionate healing strategy written by Dr. Ariel Schwartz that we will participate in right now. And this compassionate healing strategy is one that has been especially helpful for me during the holidays. So for many of us in our community, when we are around family of origin, or there are calendar type holidays that can feel dysregulating, this healing strategy is called anchoring our adult self. And I can't tell you how grateful I am for it, because I don't even have the appropriate words to tell you how much I needed this healing strategy throughout different portions of the past several weeks. So much of November and all of December have been quite dysregulating for me, just navigating holidays, dealing with family crisis, or just grief, tragedy, just so much. And, interacting with others with whom I do not always interact with on such a close, in-person, meaningful way. So I will go ahead and read to you. And for those who are familiar with Dr. Ariel's work, this is from page 107 of her book titled A Practical Guide to Complex PTSD. Dr. Ariel says, unresolved traumatic events from childhood are often held in memory by a younger part of the self. Now, this is commonly referred to as our inner child. Now, at times, we might feel identified with this young part of us that feels small or insecure. So, this healing strategy comes from parts work therapy as a tool to connect with our adult self. So, as an adult, we here right now, December 2024, as adults, we have a range of choices that were not available to us when we were children. So being anchored in our adult self can help us in our healing journey to recognize that those events from our childhood are over now. They are over. We are no longer young children. We are adults. So this healing strategy could be particularly helpful when you're experiencing flashbacks. And we don't need to approach these options or invitations or practices in any specific order. What we can do is just jot them down or re-listen to the video or the audio, starting at 30 minutes in, and we can experiment with them and discover whatever works best for us, because your healing journey is different than mine. His is different than hers. Theirs is different than ours. So we get to choose. We get to choose what healing strategies we want to adopt as best practices. We get to choose what healing strategies we would like to glance at and gently consider. We have, as part of our anchoring of our adult self, we have 5 different invitations from Dr. Ariel. So before we get started with the first one, let's just take a slow breath together. Breathing in and out. So our first invitation from Dr. Ariel, let us pause and look at our hands. When we look at our hands, we notice these are the hands of an adult. These are not our child hands from when we were very, very, very small. These are the hands of an adult. Slow breath in and out. Our second invitation on anchoring our adult self, Dr. Ariel is inviting us to stand up, if we are able, and feel how tall we are by reaching up toward the top of the bed frame or the door frame or the ceiling or the furniture, or outside by a tree or a plant, reaching our arms up, 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 tall, standing up and feeling how tall we are, recognizing that we are the height of an adult. We are no longer a very small child. Slow breath in and out. Dr. Ariel's third invitation for us in anchoring our adult self is for us to take a look at a clock and a calendar. So if you have your smartphone or you have your device, or you have your tablet or your computer, let's glance at the top or the bottom of the screen. Today is Monday, December the 30th. The year is 2024, and it is 7:37 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. Notice the current time and date wherever you are, and wherever you might be located. And this is a great way for us to orient ourselves to the here and now. So whether you're 18 or 88 or somewhere in between, you are no longer a small child when perhaps your trauma began. You are an adult. Slow breath in and out. Our next invitation from Dr. Ariel is for us to think of 2 or 3 things that we are able to do now in our lives that we were not able to do when we were a small child. Some examples that Dr. Ariel gives are the example of driving a car. Little children cannot drive a car safely. Or going off to work. Little children are not going off to work. Let's take a slow breath in. And out. And lastly, Dr. Ariel is inviting us to say to ourselves, I know that I am an adult now and that I am safe. I am in charge of my choices and behaviors. Slow breath in. And out. Well done. And that is the completion of our compassionate healing strategy, written by Dr. Ariel. Jeffrey Sherman is warmly welcoming you, Alfonso. Free says, for some reason, my brain, thank you for all the hearts, by the way, everybody. I really appreciate you. Free says, for some reason, my brain is fighting this. Like, I know I am an adult, but my younger parts are like, but we're not adults. Yes, this is so valid, Free. So this is a tricky part of healing childhood trauma for sure. And one of my teachers that I've actually been working with him now for a year. I can't believe it's been a year. I found his work over a year ago. His name is Marshall Bircher. And what he has taught me when this is happening, he's taught me about unblending from my younger parts. But before you can even do that, that's not where it all begins, actually. He invites us to pause and acknowledge our younger parts and observe them. And there's this thing that he teaches us called a gentle inquiry, where we're able to find in the body where the sensation is. If we can locate where this feeling is, for instance, Free is sharing here. Free says, but they're like, we're not adults. So in this situation, we would place one hand on our heart space and one hand on our belly and just pause and acknowledge and observe the sensations in the body and warmly witness these feelings that we're having that are saying to us, but we're not adults. So we're warmly witnessing them. And with a gentle inquiry, we ask them, what do you need from me right now? Or we could say something like, you know what? You're right. You're not an adult. I am, but you're not. And I'm so glad that you told me that. I appreciate you. And then what Marshall also teaches is for us to acknowledge these younger parts and any feelings that we have, and to legitimize those feelings. What this might look like is, well, of course you're feeling resistance, or of course you're fighting this, because you're not an adult. I'm an adult. That's very valid. That's legitimate. That's real. And then with the gentle inquiry, just ask, would it be helpful if I just stayed here with you? Maybe I can practice this compassionate healing strategy during the live stream, but you don't have to. I'll just be here with you. So I hope that's helpful, Free. That's something I've been learning over the past year, and it's been very, very, very helpful. I don't know if it'll be helpful for you, but like everything on this channel, take the best, leave the rest. Definitely don't ever participate in anything that doesn't feel safe enough for you, wherever you are in your healing journey right now. John Harvey says, avoid being adult because it is a trap, LOL. I find being you is enough. I am somewhere between a kid and an adult, doing my adult things while still acting like a kid. I see you, John Harvey. I honor you. I honor the kid in you, and I value and appreciate your presence with us. The adult parts and the kid parts. And I like your style. I like the way that you do all the things that you do. Thank you for sharing. Lorraine says, Free, I relate to what you're saying. I've been doing IFS therapy for a few weeks now, and I can't seem to connect my child parts to my intellectual adult self. I absolutely want you to know that you're not alone, Lorraine. That was me for like a year. I want to say more than a year. I really, 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 really struggled. In fact, it's really painful for me to admit this. My hand just went up to my heart space when I started thinking of this, but I remember just being annoyed with younger parts of me that were kind of trying to drive the bus and get really, 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 really upset about everything. And I look back at that and I think, oh, I'm so sorry. You had enough of people being annoyed with you to last 5 lifetimes. You don't need that from me. I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'm not annoyed. I'm here with you. You can be as loud as you want to be and as emotional as you want to be, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm here with you. It's okay. I'm grateful that you shared, Lorraine. Free says, thank you, Athena. That was really helpful. What was his name again? His name is Marshall, Marshall, Bircher, Burt, like Tom, Cher. He has a website called freetheself.com. I've talked about him before. Here, let me put it in the chat box for you. Marshall Bircher. There you go. Yeah, his work has been life-changing for me. It's really, really, really been helpful. I hope you find it helpful. There are literally, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got everything over on Facebook and Instagram and podcast on all the podcast apps, and there are hundreds of hours of free content that you can listen to that is completely life-changing. And tools, like free tools. There's like a tool library, and I accessed all of the free tools for several months before I decided to partake in any of the paid offerings. And I got to tell you, I'm just so grateful that I found him. So I hope that's helpful for you. Kitty says, I don't think I feel like an actual adult for a while. You know what, Kitty? I didn't feel like an adult either. For several years of my healing journey, I was raised by adult children who were addicts and alcoholics and emotionally unavailable or neglectful, dysfunctional, abusive, exploitative. Family of origin was very mobbing. If they weren't mobbing, they were very absent and unkind. Intermittent reinforcement. Just decades and decades and decades of repeated relational trauma. High, high highs, low, low lows, toxic, 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 toxic. And so I didn't really have a sense of self. So I couldn't figure out because I didn't have a childhood. I literally raised both my mom and my dad from the time I was 4. I think I was told as young as 5 years old that I was the designated adult in the family. I have a very early memory of standing on a chair and being expected to wash the dishes that were dirty. And I accidentally broke a glass. I still have this scar on my hand. And I think I was 4 or 5 actually in that house. It was in Anaheim, California. So yeah, when we don't have the opportunity to be a child and experience developmental milestones, we can go through what's called developmental trauma, which is also a form of repeated relational trauma, complex trauma. And the result can be sort of a hollowing out of self, or we don't feel real. We don't feel like we're an actual adult. We feel very out of place in our own body. We don't really know what our authentic self is. It could take a while. So being a part of a community like this, of like-minded individuals that are on a similar healing journey, has been very helpful for me. It's been a transformational decade for sure. And I would credit this place right here, just right here once a week on Mondays, this space that you're in right now, this is probably where a lot of my transformation and healing and feelings of safe enoughness came from over the past decade. In the past 1 year or so, I've gotten an opportunity to sit under the teaching of the gentleman I told you about. His name is Marshall Bircher. And prior to that, I got an opportunity to sit under the teaching of Lisa A. Romano, Dr. Ariel Schwartz, Dr. Ramani Durvasula, Richard Grannon, Angie Atkinson, Darlene Lancer, Melody Beatty, Pete Walker, Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, Dr. Dan Siegel, Peter Levine. It's been really like you kind of go down the rabbit hole and you end up finding what works best for you depending on what season of your healing journey you're in. And for instance, like 10 years ago, I remember, stumbling over 10 years ago, like 11 years ago, maybe. I remember stumbling across Richard Grannon's YouTube channel and Angie Atkinson and Lisa A. Romano and just like, I was pretty mind blown. And then I found Peace and Harmony and a couple of others. And it was really, really, I decided to start just showing up here and healing in public, like with everybody here, which is how I met so many of you in person and online, just by choosing to show up here once a week. So if you stick with it, even if we have so many of our community members that are like, oh my goodness, I've been gone for years, and it's so good to see so many familiar faces and so many new ones. So You are welcome here with us, Kitty. And I'm really glad you shared, and there's no rush or pressure for you to feel like an adult. You do what's best for you at your own pace. Sending you hearts and prayers right back, Bora Bora. Yes, Jeffrey Sherman is agreeing with you, Kitty. He says, and same, and I'm in my 30s. Yeah. Yeah. Aw, Kitty, I felt the same way and I was in my 40s, so you're not hopeless. I'm 51 now and I no longer feel that way. You're definitely not hopeless. I'm so grateful all of you are sharing. I didn't get what you were sharing, Ninja Taco. I'm so sorry. It says people, but I'm grateful that you shared. I just don't know what that means. You're welcome, Free. Emily says, oof, lots of tears brought up tonight. Clarifying and releasing, but painful nonetheless. I see you, Emily. I honor you. I honor your process. I honor and hold space right here, right now, for all of your beautiful tears. Your tears are sacred here. And we are so glad you're here with us. Well, hello to you, So What? So What says, hi, this is my third time catching a live, but my first time commenting. We warmly welcome you. We're so glad you're here, So What? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you, Kitty. Yeah, I'm grateful for my journey now, though. Like, I'm not saying that I'm grateful that I have all of the trauma to heal from, but I am grateful for the lovely community that I have had the privilege of being with here every week, and the beautiful community that we get to enjoy away from social media. I feel so fortunate, so blessed. You are so welcome, So What? We are glad you're here. Candida says, my sisters and I have been talking together about how we had to be the adults in our household as children. I was the oldest and felt like I had to be the one to protect everyone else. Oh, Candida, my heart hurts for just the precious little sweet, sweet, sweet Candida that you were. You deserve to just be a kid. You deserve to be able to play and to run and to laugh, to swing and to enjoy life and smell flowers and climb trees and play toys. You deserved so much more, Candida. You deserved safety and kindness and warmth and acceptance, and you deserved guidance. And you deserved responsible, loving, fully present caregivers that helped you to understand that you belong and that you're safe and that you are free to be a child. I've gotten to spend so much time with my grandson over the past month or more, and it's just so beautiful to watch him just scream if he wants to scream, and laugh if he wants to laugh, and play if he wants to play, and frown or smile or jump up and down or just whatever it is he's feeling, he just does it. He's so fully present and in the moment. And he has two parents who honor his process and honor his journey and just hold that sacred space for him to feel all of his feelings, even if he's angry and upset and frustrated because he can't communicate with understandable words all the time. And he has distinct likes and dislikes, and he has opinions about what he wants to wear and what he wants to eat and drink and watch and listen to, and where he wants to walk and play and run. And you know what? We all deserved that. I get to be his Nana. He has to be like, Nana, 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 I'm going to do this, and I'm going to run and look at my Spider-Man and this, and I want cereal and I want some milk, and this is my banana, and I want an apple, and I want to watch the puppy movie, and I want to sing this song, and I want to go on the swings, and I want to go to the park and the playground, and I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese with Nana, and we got to get gas first. And I mean, he'll just tell you the whole story, right? It's just such a beautiful thing he's so just fully in his moment, and just able to communicate all of his feelings. Everything's allowed. Nothing's off limits. He has needs. His needs get met. And you deserve that, Candida. You deserve that, Emily. You deserve that, Jeffrey Sherman. You deserve that. So what? You deserve that, Sharon. You deserve that, Kitty. You deserve that, Nadine. You deserve that, John Harvey. You deserve that, Rose. You deserve that, Free. You deserve that, Ninja Taco. You deserve that, Bora Bora. You deserve that, Lorraine. You deserve that, Dilly. You deserve that, Jennifer. You deserve that, Alfonso. You deserve that, Marzui. You deserve that, Craig. We all deserve that. We all deserve that. Hello to you, Mimosa. We are so glad you're here with us. We warmly welcome you for your first time here. We honor you. We honor your process. We honor your journey. We warmly welcome you. Thank you to each of you for your presence. Oh, Emily says, wow, I just processed some of how I was made to be an adult child. It's just made so much sense. My CPTSD feels so different from others with CPTSD, but that just hit home. I'm so sorry you know what that feels like, Emily. I'm so sorry. Emily says, I had to protect the emotions of the family by performing well. And now I understand why I feel stuck at the age where I was told that I had all the potential with no idea what reality was. Mm. My heart hurts and grieves for that little Emily. You are so welcome. You are so welcome, Emily. I'm glad this is making sense. Sharon, I'm so grateful your daughter has you. You waited so long, and you finally get to break the cycle. And yes, I really want to validate that it's hard work. Absolutely. But I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. Jennifer says, Athena, years ago, I helped shut down a place that was taking care of teenagers but was really abusing them. Everyone got arrested. Wow. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for shutting them down. Thank you for making sure that there was justice for those children. Yeah, John Harvey says, good for you. Yeah. Yeah. John Harvey says, we need more people like you, Jennifer. I agree. Yeah. Free says, I hate to dip out before we're done, but my dog Pumpkin needs to go. Needs to go out. So I'll see you next week. Thank you, Athena, and thank you, Blue Wrench Crew. You are so welcome, Free. And I hope you and Pumpkin have a good walk. Try to stay warm. Yes, Emily. I'm sorry that any of us has to feel this too. I wish that it were different. Yeah, I wish that it were different. We deserve so much more. We were done a great disservice, and we all deserved more. So, as you know, each week we have a theme, and this week's theme is our invitation to grow slowly in 2025. To grow slowly. What does growing slowly look like for you? That would be our journal prompt. Yes, Ninja Taco says, Fee, go love the pupper. Yes, it's okay. You can go. We're glad that you are here, and I hope you and your pupper Pumpkin get to have a nice time. So our journal prompt is, what does growing slowly look like for you? John Harvey has his answer already. I know none of us are shocked. Eating cake and ice cream is healing in 2025. For me personally, growing slowly looks like continuing to outgrow my CPTSD. Like one of my beautiful little potted plants that outgrows the pot that it was in. I get these cute little plants. I rescue them from dying on the little shelves of the Home Depot or the Lowe's. And they're in these tiny little growers' pots. And I get to witness and be a part of the beautiful outgrowing. They outgrow the pots. So that is what growing slowly looks like for me in 2025. Thank you all for your presence tonight and this past year. It's been a truly transformational year for me in my healing. And I look forward to seeing you next year. So in the meantime, if I do not see you over in our community, away from social media, I hope you will be extra kind and patient and gentle with yourselves because you're worth it. And if you do want to join us away from social media, where we have calls like this twice a day, every day, 365 days a year, and there's a link in the description section of this video, in the pinned comment, and in the chat box. A special thank you to anyone who has joined us, because your small $5 monthly contribution helps us to provide support and resources to those who don't have access. And this channel and everything we do is sponsored by the Foundation for Post-Traumatic Healing and Complex Trauma Research. So until I see you again, either next Monday and every Monday, or away from social, please be extra kind, patient, and gentle with yourselves, because you're worth it. And may you have a happy and safe New Year's. I'll see you soon. Good night, everyone. Thank you for being in my life and for allowing me to be in yours. I love you all so much. Good night, everyone.